I'm Sandy Schroeck for LBR Educates, and today we're taking a look at these trending color tones with the butter yellows and the browns, toffee shades, and starting off with a little bit of green to give us kind of that earth line. But we're going to be creating a vase design, and this is a champagne ribbed vase that we have here, and it's one of the new collections. I'm going to start with some magnolia and just come in and start forming that stem grid, coming back and forth. And so you can see that I have a great base here, and you capture that great brown color and then that rich green color on the front side there. We're going to come in the middle. I've got a mini green hydrangea that I've removed most of the foliage. And so we're just going to bring that up into the middle and not too low. I didn't start with the hydrangea, which many times people do and use it as a structure, but I want it to be up in with that composition. So it does become part of my structure, but it gives me that base to go into, that lighter color to come into. And we're going to come in. We've got the toffee roses, and I'm just going to spin it a little bit. And you can see how that really opens up. It's just kind of magical, right? And then we're going to come in with those roses. And so this could be alternative for a great dozen rose vase. And you can see that it's a great size for a table centerpiece and just works out really well with that angled base. So you can easily get a great spread on the flowers. And you can see how I'm just coming back and forth and just utilizing that great structure that we have started with those magnolia leaves. And so you can see how that creates a great piece. And then we're going to come in and add some of this trending color. We see the butter yellow, and this is a stock, so it's a line flower in contrast where we have those different textures coming in. We got that pillowy texture with the hydrangea in through the middle, and then the velvety textures that we see with the roses and just adding that line flower. And then I've got the creme de la creme rose, and that comes in that butter yellow as well. And these have been spun to be opened up. They open up beautifully and hold. And these are just going to come in and create a little bit more depth within. You can see how that creates that nice soft butter yellow in contrast with the toffee. And adding in a couple different kinds of roses creates more value for each of them. And so when you're just using one variety of rose, it kind of doesn't have as much value as when you see here, we're utilizing a couple different varieties that really complement each other. And there's so many new varieties that are out there that you want to be able to embrace. And then we've got a little bit of the brown preserved oak, and this is just going to come in on that lower edge and just add to the collar, just bring a little bit more intensity into that brown color down into the base of our composition. And that's, just do a little one here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this is my 12th one. So next, just adding a few of the grassy elements are also trending. And so we have a little bit of black bearded wheat, and I'm just gonna put a little grouping of that together in about 3 different spots, and you can see how that adds another portion of that coloration in, and just adds different textural influences and visual interest that draw your eye throughout that composition. And you see that done in more of a triangle pattern, and then just add in 3 of the other types of grasses here. And so this is a dozen roses, and obviously would be an upgrade that you could offer, adding those additional flowers, but really elevating it and taking it to the next level. So you can see how those combinations all work together. Lastly, I'm just going to come in and just do a little bit of spacing with the florals to make sure that each thing has its own space to mature. But you can see how that composition, dozen roses, would definitely be an upgrade for your customers, and they would just love them as a fabulous floral.